So, you might have heard that on January 6th, something came out. And no, it wasn't Arcane Odyssey, but it was the gameplay trailer for Arcane Odyssey's early access. And this was posted on Robal's channel, so go check that out somewhere. And yeah, I want to clear a lot of stuff up in the trailer. Some things were unclear. It had a lot of story stuff too, so let's look at it. So it starts with the opening cutscene for the game. As you can see here, the camera scrolls down. You can actually see a second part of this right here. This was posted a very long time ago, and it's actually showcasing a bug in which you just die during the cutscene. This was all the way back when the game was first made. You can see that person still actually has the Minotaur's axe, which doesn't exist in Arcane Odyssey anymore, and he still has like the sunken sword and stuff equipped. Normally, you wouldn't look like that. Second here, it's just a person rowboat, rowing off of Dawn Island. Very cool. You can see the lightning off the background. I don't know if they timed that, but it's really very cool. The third clip is of a treasure chart. This one's very short, but we've seen treasure charts quite often, so I don't think I need to explain this much. Third one, this is part of a story cutscene. No, there isn't actually mining in-game. You do mine, but it's only for a story part after you fight. I think you're chasing the High Lord. I guess you get captured, sent to the mines. The Ravenna mines, you are now a prisoner. So yeah, this doesn't actually happen normally when you get in prison. It's just part of a storyline, so wanted to clear that up. But also, Minecraft. Yeah. You know what's funny? You know what I find funny? Is that dude in the corner. His name is Galileo Bronze. You know what they're mining? Yeah, they're mining copper. You know what's also in the mines? Tin. Do you know what tin and copper make? Bronze. You know what Ravenna is known for? Bronze. Do you know what the entire Bronze Sea is known for? Bronze. Kind of a funny little reference there that I find quite funny. Next, climbing the stepstones. There's a thing on his back. Here it is Beans, the baked beans god. He is cooking something in Patreon chat. He said experimenting with some unlikely recipe. I don't know what this makes, but due to there being a pumpkin, I would assume it's a pie. In Arcane Odyssey, whenever there's a pumpkin, there's usually a pie. Can you imagine a pumpkin, tomato, and garlic pie? I don't think that would taste very good, you know. Cinematic shot of Harvest Island and Frost Mill. These were in the showcase before. Here, you can see a tornado in the background, and that has the updated wind magic visual. It would be also the updated wind visuals, as I'm pretty sure they also summon a tornado, which should be very similar to this, if not the exact same. It's kind of hard to spot behind the sails, but yeah, you can see some of the new visuals, which are very nice visuals. There's a cinematic shot of Sailor's Lodge and a sequel to Arcane Adventures. There's also a dude on the left, but I think this is White Summit. After that, it is a cutscene of the Lady Karina boss fight. 5th boss or something, I don't know. She uses fighting styles, as you can see here. I'm still not sure if she uses Iron Leg, as it's not shown here, but yeah, it probably looks a bit different from what you thought she was going to be. Next is another cutscene. This time, this one's actually not a boss, because it's not the final boss of the Bronze Sea, as many people think he is. As you can see here, he is a glass curse wielder, as with the transparent stuff that he's turning into. A few reasons why we know it isn't the final boss. Number one, the final boss, as stated by Vtex, doesn't use the curse directly. My guess is that this curse user helps out the final boss in some way. The final boss also drops a few things that noticeably aren't worn by this dude. Most notably the Mantello, which is a cape, and the Trident, aka the Triasta of Bronze. Not sure how you would pronounce that. Third, Elias, the Ravenna Noble. Third boss, aka Sky Boss. You can see here the spare and kill thing, which is unique to Elias from the storyline, and it's only for Elias, and it does affect some stuff later in the storyline, but it doesn't set you on like a completely different storyline track. It just changes some options and how your empathy, wisdom, courage stats, I think. You can see here some of his weapons. You can see his spear there behind him. You can see the scimitars still behind him, but on the other side. And you can see his Ravenna Noble armor. And you can see there's a bit of blood on his eye, you know, just a bit. Now, what information do you think this is? Of course, I have zero idea, but there's always theories that we can make. The next clip is Argos, the tanky boss who dual wields Thermo Fist and a few other weapons. You gotta make sure to dodge all of his attacks, or if you want to block them. He's a very dangerous boss. Not even the hardest. This is probably because he's rather predictable. You just gotta like dodge his ability. Elias is like basically the same difficulty, if not a bit easier. Though he's unpredictable, I guess all you need to do is spam dodge. I don't know. I've never met these bosses personally. I'm not a tester. But yeah, their design is really cool. Visuals are unique. The next clip, but this showcases a gunpowder barrel trap, which is basically where you preset some gunpowder barrels, which you can find. They're kind of like sealed chests, how you can only carry them one at a time and you can place them on your ship. When you hit them with any attack though, as you can see here, they explode and deal quite a lot of damage to everyone around them. And they're usually set off by a gun as well. Next clip is of Elias, a short fight between Elias and some other player. You can see a ability. It looks like a magic rush ability. Now this isn't actually an ability that you can get, as Elias is a boss and he would have unique abilities that you can't get normally. But he kind of dashes forward really quickly and explodes the ground in a huge AoE and then yeets upward again. Yeah, he's a fast and unpredictable boss. You better block him a lot. Here you can see a lightning bolt ability, which of course is just a normal lightning bolt from lightning beam ability. But you can see, if you flick the frames, you can notice how fast it comes out. So 1 frame, 2 frame, 3 frame, and hit. And I think this isn't a 60 FPS video. I think it's like 30 or less. But yeah, that was a near instant lightning bolt. Yeah, very fast. And yet he somehow managed to parry. And you can see here a blue lightning strike from the sky. Now, many people have guessed that this is either a player ability, but as you can see here, the player is a full weapons user and did not have any magic circles on him. And other people have thought it was a clash between blue and purple lightning, or maybe it was just normal lightning due to there being a storm here. Now, if you look closely, after the blue lightning strikes, there is a green damage indicator that appears, and it says 150. So this blue lightning is most likely Elias's healing attack, and you can see his arm is raised after the lightning clears. And you can also see beforehand there's a bunch of shockwaves that probably signal that the healing attack is incoming. Next is a clip of Shadow and Light Clash on the Arena Island. Now this is probably one of the cooler clashes in the game, with the Equinox-like reactions, the black and white lightning. This was shown on Patreon not too long ago. After that, it's a short clip of some pirate fighting. You can see here at the very start of it, there's poison clouds, and you can also see the water ultimate, and this is Ash. It's kind of crazy, chaotic here, but yeah, a lot of screen shaking. After that, it is of the fleet. Now this is a fleet of the Tester Guild Noble Phantasm, I think that's what it's called, run by the Tester Noble Symphony, or Noble. Yeah, it's not a cutscene or anything, it's just the Tester fleet, and you can spot Redwig. And after that, a overhead shot of Sailor's Lodge, which we've seen before in a different video, and Arcane Odyssey. You can also see an Assassin's Syndicate ship despawn in the background. And here, the most important information probably of the entire trailer: early access is dropping in February. That's a month from now, maybe even less. We don't know when in February, but it will be in February. VTEX has gone through a lot of stuff, and at this point he is currently working on the Awakenings, which is a very exciting part of development. It also signals that we're getting very near to release. Very excited. We're getting very close. And as by this trailer, we all know that trailers have actual release dates, right? Right? We know that, right? The release dates is never wrong on trailers. Right, I think. But yes, February.